This is a very special interaction which we are having right now on ET Now. Mr. V. Balasubramaniam, who's joining us today, who's the MD and CEO of NSE International FSC at GIFT City. And the occasion is that July 3rd onwards, there'll be a big change if you're a market participant. When you get up in the morning, the SGX Nifty, which you've been tracking very closely up till now, will be renamed to SGX. In place of SGX Nifty, it will be called GIFT Nifty. And what is this change about? Well, this is a very important change. Large part of FIIs who wanted to trade India, but wanted to trade India in dollar terms, used the SGX Nifty as one of the instruments to trade. So now we have been, and for many months, NSE and our regulators and all the stakeholders were working in the direction to bring this turnover. It was so meaningful at one point in time that the overall SGX turnover, 10% of it came only from Nifty, SGX Nifty. So such a meaningful trade started happening there. So all the regulators along with NSE were taking steps in the direction to ensure that this trade actually, because the underlying is India, the trade should be captured in India. So Bala, explain us, this is your point and your efforts of such a long time actually is being materialized. How does it feel now? And talk to us about the importance of this.
Firstly, I would like to inform you that this is actually going to be a very watershed moment in the history of India. Because for the first time, we are actually going to get an international contract which we have exported out of India to move back to India. In some sense, we call it onshoring the offshore. That is exactly what we are going to achieve. So as you know, Nifty is the benchmark equity index for India. Roughly, India's market capitalization is about $3.5 trillion. And almost 20 to 25% of this exposure is with foreign investors, as we call as FPIs. Now, these investors, normally whenever they want to hedge in terms of the market movement or the volatility on the equity market, they actually express it through basically trading through the Nifty futures contract. And most of this contract is now executed more than onshore in the NSE domestic exchange. It's actually traded in the Singapore exchange, which is the SGX. And to give you a rough idea, for example, in Nifty, on the domestic market, we have an open interest of close to about $1.5 to $2 billion in terms of dollar terms. On a similar comparable figure, Singapore exchange alone has an open interest of close to about $10 billion US. And this $10 billion US, which is almost 5 times of the exposure on the Indian Nifty futures, is now going to completely switch to the NSE IFSC exchange or the NSE International Exchange at GIFT City. And this is going to happen with effect from July 3, 2023, which is just about 45 days from today. And that is why I said it is going to be a very big thing. And effectively, all the international investors are using this contract to actually hedge on the Indian equity market, the benchmark. And this is going to move over here.
So such a large opportunity. The underlying market is in India. The main instrument on which the trades are being set was in India. But just because there was an offshore instrument also available on this underlying asset in Singapore, we were losing out as a country. Our exchanges were losing out. Such a big opportunity for such a long time. So all of that is getting reversed now.
Absolutely. So in fact, to just give you an idea, as you know, GIFT City as an international financial center was actually commissioned in 2015, where RBI actually issued a regulation wherein they removed the FEMA restrictions from this particular exclusive zone. And after 2015, 2017 is when both NSE and BSE respectively set up their international exchange operations here. And after that, in 2020, one significant thing happened. A new regulator was created here, which is the International Financial Services Centers Authority, or the IFSC Authority, which has taken over the powers from RBI, SEBI, IRDA, as well as PFRDA, these 4 financial market regulators. And effectively, we have got a unified regulator. And the bigger objective was basically how we can actually become a price setter. When actually the Prime Minister inaugurated the international exchange in 2017, he actually set out 2 statements for us. One is he said the international exchanges here should actually become a price setter in at least few of the products for the next decade. And I'm happy to say that the Indian equity markets every day were being led by the international prices, because we all wake up in the morning because Singapore Nifty opens before us, and they actually start setting up the price market and the tone for our Indian market. Now that is something which we are basically bringing onshore, and that is why I said onshoring the offshore is going to happen, and this is going to be one of the first big kind of things which we are going to achieve. And as we go forward with that, more and more things will happen. In fact, this year in February, our Honorable Finance Minister has already announced that offshore derivative instruments will also be allowed to participants in the GIFT City. If that starts happening, I think apart from Nifty, we will also start moving into other contracts, which is Bank Nifty, Financial Nifty, and even single stock futures, which are all traded out here. All of these will, over a period of time, become liquid in the NSE International Exchange.
This is such a big opportunity you're talking about, Bala, because any FII anywhere in the world from here on wants to trade India in any manner, either individual stock or specific futures kind of indices which are available beyond Nifty as well. So that window is also getting opened. So the message is actually going out to the entire FII community across the world, isn't it?
So in fact, this is actually a very interesting arrangement. Singapore Exchange and we have actually partnered, and we have created this connect, which is a win-win contract for both sides. So effectively today, all these foreign investors will come through the SGX Connect, because what we have done is we have got SGX to set up a special purpose vehicle company called the SGX IFSC Connect India Limited, which is basically a trading member and clearing member of the NSE International Exchange. And effectively, all these foreign investors will be able to transact through them, and effectively all the matching will now move over to the NSE International Exchange. And foreign investors, obviously, without requiring to do too much, are able to come and basically we have actually in some sense onshore the contract, and effectively they will be able to participate in this. And going forward, when both the onshore Indian domestic market product as well as the dollar-based product which we have here, both are available within the same kind of this thing. And thirdly, we are going to operate the market here for 21 hours. So effectively, we are going to keep the same time. So effectively, anyone from Japan, which opens first in terms of the markets, to all the way right up to California and US, which is when the markets close, all of them, all those time zones will be serviced through the NSE International Exchange.
All right, Bala, thank you very much for chatting with us on ET Now. This is a watershed moment, and congratulations to all the members who worked in this direction to make it really happen. Thanks very much for your time today.